Hi, I'm Kara Hinshaw from Key Associates Signature Realty. Welcome back to our channel, Living on the Ohio River. Today we are going to do a fun driving tour of Christmas Lake Village in Santa Claus, Indiana. I give tours all the time of this wonderful subdivision, and I get a lot of people that kind of come just to check us out. They may not necessarily be moving here, kind of analyzing lakes and kind of want to get a feel of what it's all about. So I thought I'd do a tour driving around the whole development so you can get a feel of what this place is all about if you are thinking about coming and doing that driving tour with me. So let's go. Let's kind of take a ride. I'm going to kind of just literally talk you through the whole development. So we are going into the main entrance here. Christmas Lake Village is a gated community. It is 2,000 acres in regards to its size. Built in the 1960s is when all the lake development started. So most of the construction probably started in the 70s if you look at some of the earlier homes. But it is absolutely one of the most gorgeous subdivisions, way ahead of its time. When they did this in the 60s, you think about a 2,000 acre development today, probably fairly impossible to even get that kind of acreage, but it just was way ahead of its time. So we are at the gate, got a little card here, that's how you get in, but this gate actually is has someone at it 24 hours a day. So there is always someone here, so if you have guests coming in, it's always accessible. But one great thing is if you're coming here and you're driving from far away, you will not get in. So make sure you make an appointment because they will not let you into the development. So I get that a lot. I have a lot of people call me from the gatehouse saying, hey Kara, someone's drove 3 hours and they want to see the development. So just a warning if you are looking to come. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Santa Claus, Indiana. So we are driving. And we're first going up. I'm gonna kind of give you my tour if you were in the car with me, because I do a lot of tours where people are actually in the car with me and kind of go through the development. So we're coming up, as you can see, on Christmas Lake. That is the main lake in the development. It is 217 acres is how big it is. You can do 90 horsepower boats, inboard motors only, and up to 22 feet long. No jet skis. I get that question a lot. They used to be here on the lake, but they were just too dangerous. The lake just is not big enough, so jet skis are no longer allowed. But what's great, as you can see, we're driving through and you can kind of see the houses, is you have houses that are from all eras of time. We got 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, newer now. And that's what I really love about it. It's not a cookie cutter looking subdivision. They have custom homes, some spec homes. You got a little bit of everything, which is kind of cool. And it makes the development look more interesting. And another great thing is we have wonderful rolling hills. As you can see, we will be rolling through this with lots of trees and hills, and it's just gorgeous. Actually up there, if you can see far away, that is the new storage unit. It's $700 a year if you are looking to store your boats and campers. I'm going to drive in here. This is the main marina where you actually keep the boats. If you do not live on the lake, you can have the boat docks rented out. It's $275 a year. I'll point some other ones out while we are driving that are a little less. They're not as, I should say they're not the newer or the main area. They're $225. They're on the other side of the lake. So you can have your boats in, which is great. You don't have to have a lakefront home to actually have accessibility to the lake with your boat on the water, which is very, very nice. So we're gonna kind of come up here, drive through again. I'm just gonna make you get a feel of this lake. We're gonna kind of drive around the lakes, kind of show you the parks, show you just the beauty of this subdivision. It is so pretty. So we're gonna, basically we are on the north side of the development right now. That's kind of where we came in. We're gonna go all the way around. There is 12 subdivisions in Christmas Lake. The covenant restrictions are very similar, honestly. There's not much difference. It's just kind of how they broke them up. One fun thing you're going to find as you roll through Santa Claus is we have wonderful names on our signs. They are all Christmas themed, which is kind of fun. And I'll point some of my favorites out as we go. But the north side, I would say, was developed. There's a few homes, don't get me wrong, that are in the 70s. But a lot of these homes were built kind of as they went around the lake. So you're going to see over here probably more 90s, 2000s is when a lot of these were developed. Gorgeous homes. They, some of them are multiple lots, some are on one lot. There are a few lots that are potentially open still. Only one is actually on the market, which is on Prancer Drive. Gotta love the names, like I said. And it's listed in the 60,000 range, but they are becoming far and few. Just a lot of them have been gobbled up over the last year. So if you are looking at new construction, just let me know. I will have to do some calling and really dig into the actual lot situation for you. In regards to them coming on the market, you just have to watch. Like I said, those are less as well. There is currently one on the market on Pine Drive. So that gives you a feel of what our market is like. There's just not a whole lot on the market right now. A lot of new construction going on, and we have a ton of lots. So not lakefront, but if you want to talk about the whole development, like I said, it's 2,000 acres. So there's still a lot of lots available. If you want to build, I can definitely help you out with that. So we are coming on to, sorry, I have to wave. Everybody's very nice here. A lot of walkers. We are coming on ahead of us. This is Lake Noel's dam. Lake Noel is what they call a trolling motor quiet water lake. It is 34 acres in size and just has some beautiful property around it as well. You can do kayaks, fishing boats, paddle boats, that kind of thing. A lot of people really enjoy the quiet water lake, especially if you don't want to have all the boat traffic in your backyard, as Christmas Lake has potentially, and just a little bit more privacy. And the great thing is you see how far away we were? You could be at a boat on a boat dock that you've rented within 5 minutes. And golf carts are allowed, and a lot of people use golf carts just to go get on their boat. So we are heading now around Lake Noel, just to give you a feel of this little area of Christmas Lake. We are going on Shepherd's Lane. Just have to point out some of these wonderful signs as we go. As you can see in front of us, that is Lake Noel. And it's a very pretty lake. Doesn't seem like it would be very big, but the way the shape is, it really does have just a good feel to it. As you can see right here, the limbs, they do pick up limbs here in Christmas Lake. So you're seeing a lot of limb piles right now because it is that time of year, the fall and spring. They do come around with the mulcher and they do pick up limbs. Another thing to keep in mind, they do snow removal. A lot of people ask me, if it snows, is it hard to get out? No, they're very quick about getting the things set up. So we're good there. Okay, so we are kind of rolling around Lake Noel. Again, like you said, you can see all the different homes. A lot of different home ages, styles, which makes this place very, very unique. And a lot of woods. Look how pretty all the woods are. You just don't get that where you have all of these mature trees and just that landscape around you. So a very, very pretty environment. And hills. So if you ride bikes, as you see, we're passing people with bikes and walkers. There are hills, so you're gonna get your exercise if you're out walking or biking. So we went around Lake Noel. I'm not gonna follow it exactly because I'm gonna try to just give you a feel and point out. We are gonna be heading now. There's a third lake. The third lake is Lake Hawley. Lake Hawley is 24 acres. It's a quiet water lake as well, so it's very similar to Lake Noel, and just a little smaller, and same principles. You got kayaks, canoes, that kind of thing. I'm going to try to see if you can see it, so we're just going to turn because it's hard just to completely give you an overview. Maybe I'll do some aerials so you can kind of see the lakes as I'm driving around too. So now we are on Sled Run. And Sled Run's a fun name too. There's so many fun names. One thing to point out, there's 3 main, I should say, drives if you were to go around all of Christmas Lake. It is Balthazar, Melchior, and Casper. And it is Melchior. A lot of people ask, well, I don't know if that's the correct way, that's the local way. But Melchior is sometimes how it's pronounced. And another thing you got to keep in mind is there are a few Melchiors going around and they are not all spelled right. And I think that was the accident by the post office back in the day. So one's I-O, I think, and one's O-I. I don't know exactly what the difference is, but they are spelled differently in different areas. So we are, actually you can't see it. Right over here is Lake Hawley. So this is the street. Let me see if I can pull in somewhere so you can kind of at least see the lake. Here I'll kind of do a little turn so you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe see the lake? Not sure. I'll keep driving. One thing to make note of too is all 3 lakes have boat ramps. We're actually coming up on the boat ramp right here on Noel. So just because you don't live on the lake, and let's say you want to go fishing on one of the smaller lakes, you can use these boat branches or launches, I should say, to actually put your boat in and fish for the day. So that's one really nice thing about the lakes is you have use of all 3 of them. We are now coming up on Hawley Park. So there is 2 parks in the area. This is the larger one, which has the tennis courts, and you have, I'll see if I can do a little turn around, you'll see the playground, the basketball courts. So if you have kiddos that like to get out, this is also a shelter house just for maybe birthday parties. You can kind of get a feel of Hawley Park. There's another one that's a smaller area that is over on the other side, which I will drive by. So a fun thing, if you didn't see this house right here, that was Jay Cutler's house. So if you are someone that followed him, he was from here. So that was the house that he grew up in. Okay, so now we are gonna head, like I said, we're going around the development. We are actually going what I call near the first subdivision. The first subdivision is what was actually probably developed first. You will see a lot of homes that feel like, you know, like I said, 70s, more that second home look. They were definitely kind of built more as getaway homes. And honestly, the second home market that buys here, which we do have a lot, love this area. They just really like that feel. If they're going to buy a second home, they want that feel. So we get a lot of people. Here's the dam. Here, I don't know if you can see it. There is Hawley. So I don't know if that is completely a great view because I'm driving and I can't see what it's taping. So actually, we're going to divert. We're going to first go to the rec center because I'm over this direction. So isn't it pretty? You got all the hills and everything. So now we are headed to the rec center. The rec center is something that you can rent out with Christmas Lake. It's $160 to rent it out. There are also shelter houses and a beach there. The shelter houses are first come, first serve. So it just gives you a place for maybe, you know, receptions, birthday parties, graduation parties. There's a lot of things that can take place there. The beach is also a great amenity to this subdivision only. So if you want to go to a beach, you do have beach access here at the rec center. So we are coming up on the rec center again. Lovely views. We are on Prancer. So just like I said, I'm going to keep pointing out the fun names. So here we are coming up on the rec center. It looks like they're doing work, so it's not pretty right now. But I will do a little turn so you see your beach here. You'll turn around and kind of see it. It's actually one of the prettiest views of Christmas Lake. I wish they would sell these lots off, but they won't. But it's still very, very nice. So I'm going to do a little U-turn here, and you can kind of see down. See the lake? It's really pretty. You got your shelter houses, and that's the rec center. Like I said, they're working on it, so it's not as pretty. And you got a beach and a pier down there below. So there is a diving board. The high dive when I was young was a lot of fun, but it was taken down. So if you have been here when you were young, you would remember that. But there is no lifeguards on duty, so keep that in mind. It would be watching it, your kids at your own risk. But still a nice. There is also a little playground area there. Just like little set, not anything huge, for the kiddos to play while you're hanging out with some gatherings or even at the beach. So now we are going back to the first subdivision, which is what I was talking about. You're going to see a different feel. Actually, what I'd say the south part of the development is a lot more trees, more wooded. Of course, it was developed first, so you're going to have more mature trees. The north side is going to be less trees. As we drive around, you will see that. And newer houses, majority. There are some homes, obviously, like I said, that are on the north side that are in that 70s, 80s. But in general, most of the homes on the south side of the lake are older and were developed first. Again, like when they were actually, like I said, developing this, they were selling it as more of a, not a resort, but it was definitely a lake living. So it wasn't as much primary people at the start that kind of came in and bought. Actually, it was probably a good mix. I shouldn't say that, because if you were here when it was being developed, there's probably only like 20, 30 families. It was like family here. And everybody got together that was primary and just really hung out, did trips. So very, very close-knit group. So now we are headed, again, like first subdivision, as you can see. We are back on Christmas Lake. So this is kind of the area, and I'm actually going to take a little diversion here and kind of show you what this area looks like, because it is very popular to the second home market if you are looking to come to this area. Gotta wave. So we are going to go down Pine Drive now. Pine Drive is definitely what I'd say where most of the first homes were started back in the 70s. Very, very pretty lots. What you're going to see over here with the homes is more lots, or I should say multiple lots, that were purchased with the homes. So you're going to have bigger lots in this area than maybe the north side, because it was developed first. People bought multiple lots for the houses, so that you just have larger parcels together with the homes. So here we go. So you can kind of see. So see, they're fun. This is like the cookie cutter house, or not the cookie. It was like a gingerbread house. That's what I meant. But see, there is more land with the homes. Just have a little bit more acreage for sure if you're looking in this direction. Like this one has 2.5 lots. You do have some newer homes that popped up in the middle, so that the land was never developed. So you are starting to see newer homes on this side. Actually, what we've had, we're coming up here shortly. See, you have the log home look. Again, we're just roaming through. It's pretty. But on this side, we actually have had 2 homes torn down. So with less and less lots becoming available, there is actually some homes that have started that tear down process. The older homes where, people want to come in and build newer homes, especially on these lots, because these lots are absolutely gorgeous. They are on the main lake, just really pretty. Here we're coming up, this one right here. I don't know if you can see it on Ski Circle, right there. That one was torn down right in front of us, so that's a newer home. And then actually where this house is being built right now as we speak, that one was torn down as well. It was 3 lots and just a really, really nice property. So it's a beautiful home going up on it too. Okay, so now we are going to head to the golf course. There is a golf course here. The golf course is public, so it is not a private golf course. A lot of people ask me, do you get to use the golf course if you live here? That's not the case. You would have to still pay the different, there is membership there that you can pay for, but it's not a part of just living here in Christmas Lake. So we are headed, we are in the Carroll Hills area, subdivision is what they call it. And we are gonna head to the golf course now. And the golf course, I would say, has 3 subdivisions that attach to it that you can live on within the development. There's 9 holes that are in the development, and then there's 9 holes that sit outside of the development. So if you want to live on a golf course and be near a golf course, this is definitely the areas you're going to want to look at. You have the Carroll Hills subdivision, which really just hits the golf course on the Balthazar Road, the main drag, which is where we're headed. We're going to basically go to the club just to kind of show you what location that is. And then you also have Santa's Fairway subdivision, as well as Polar Shores Additions subdivision, which we'll drive through. Those are what I call more the golf course areas of Christmas Lake. So we are, if you can see ahead, that's the golf course straight ahead. So there's some empty lots here still if you are looking at golf course. Like I said, 9 holes sit inside Christmas Lake. So there is a lot of golf course homes. And it was funny, I was actually looking at a house yesterday and they had 1 million golf. At first I thought, do they have all these golf, balls hidden to their yard? And I think what happens is they're near the rough, so they get hit in the rough and then they throw the golf balls in their landscaping. I thought that was kind of cute. So it became their decoration of their landscaping. There is 3 gates, I didn't mention that. This is one of them here in the back. And there is also one on Casper Drive. And those are all, I don't even have my card here. Those are only used by these cards. So you cannot go in them without the cards, and you can't let guests in either. So we are up here at the country club. There's access outside as well over here. You can see behind the fence. There is a pool here, but it is not public to just Christmas Lake. You do have to pay your dues to them in regards to their fees. Now we are headed to the golf course subdivisions. We can see what they look like. And very pretty. So we are coming up, we're going to Carroll Hills. This is really, Balthazar is where we're at. And this is where the one section of the golf course lays if you're looking at homes on the golf course. Some of these I would say are older ones, so I'm thinking they were developed a little from the beginning before some of the other subdivisions were. And partly, if you were back here in the 70s and 80s, all these roads were not paved at the time of building. So I feel like some things got developed at different eras of time because of just the roads and when they got constructed. But the roads are all paved. They are all private roads. So the Christmas Lake and your dues pay for these roads. So they are not county run. They are Christmas Lake run. So just keep in mind that a lot of money does go towards our private roads. And that's mainly because of the gate. If you open up the gate, then I think the county could come in. So you can see the beautiful course. We are going into Santa's Fairway right now. Santa's Fairways, can't talk, is one unique thing about this subdivision. If you're looking to build, these are larger lots. All the lots are 100 wide, I think, most of them. So I'm gonna drive through here. We got a concrete truck, so hopefully we don't hit it, just to give you a feel. But so if you're looking at a wider home, 3-car garage, that kind of thing, this is actually the subdivision to look for land for building, because they are larger lots in width. So that's something to keep in mind. It's something that I think is very unique to this subdivision compared to others. And there are a few lots listed here, so if you are looking, let me know. Actually, we're coming up on the corner here. There's 2 of them listed on the right. So if you are looking, but beautiful. So this side on the left where we're looking, all these homes are on the golf course here on the left. So you have great views of the 9 holes that are within the development. Okay, someone's gonna mow and hopefully we don't hit them. I'm gonna go around them and hope that we're okay. Here we go, don't open your door on me. Okay, There is a new construction home here on the right that is going up as well. So that's something to consider if you're looking at new construction, if you like the subdivision. Another thing is there is a path right up here on the left, which I'm not going to drive. It's after this blue house, that if you want to get to the club or the golf course, I should say, you could take your golf carts right down this. It's like a little path to get through. Okay, now we are going to kind of go behind the big dam. You can kind of see the lake views up here, which is kind of nice during the winter of Christmas Lake. So that's kind of cool. We are on Melody, just to give you another feel of the names. And we don't want to hit Greg Robinson. He's building a house there for himself, which is going to be nice. Okay, so next is we are going to head kind of following, you're going to see the golf course as well. There's no houses right here. This is more common ground, kind of going around the dam area, as well as there is like a small playground in this side. So as you can see, we have lots of people that walk and a lot of construction going on. So there is a lot of trucks these days in here. I think there was like 25 or so. I'm not sure exactly of how many were built last year. Just a lot of homes. So in front of us is the golf course. And you can see this is all common kind of up through here. And the dam for Christmas Lake is actually over here as we go roundabout. And you can kind of see the golf course. This is a pretty area of Christmas Lake. Just see who's out golfing when you drive by. And they golf all year around here, just so you know. It doesn't matter how cold it is, I see them out there. The golfers are avid golfers. So we're coming up on the little playground that's on this side. If you are looking at the golf course area, it's not nearly as big, but it still has a nice shelter house and a little park for your kiddos if you live on this side. This is the Polar Park. And the dam is right behind us for Christmas Lake. We're gonna do another little quick tour of this golf course subdivision. This is Polar Shores Edition. Again, on the right is most of the golf course homes. So you can see all these homes that we're passing all sit on the golf course as well if you are looking at golf course homes. And one great thing, if they do come up, a lot of them are ranches. There's a lot of ranches if that's kind of what you're looking for in the golf course area. So I'm gonna just go up to the cul-de-sac, and actually I'll just kind of do a little circle around here so you can just get a feel of the development. We're on Madonna, just to know where we're at. So like I said, 2,000 acres, all gated, 3 gates, pretty amazing what they did back in the 60s. Like I said, I feel like they were way ahead of their time when they developed this place. Honestly, it wasn't really huge until the 90s. And the 90s is really when I saw a lot of growth come and take place here. And again, right now, honestly, is another time where we're seeing a lot of growth in the development. And with 2,000 acres, there still is plenty of lots. You are not required to build when you buy a lot right away. You can build any time. Partly why I think the development didn't develop as quick, because there was no time limit on building. So you never really saw people building houses as much as just bought land. Now on the lakes, there is getting less and less. Most of the lakes have been built on. There still are some lots out there, but again, I feel like that is one area that is definitely seeing growth and demand. And I get it, because lakes are beautiful. And we're coming up on the lake right here. Obviously, I can talk a lot about Christmas Lake. It's not too hard for me. It's a beautiful place. It speaks for itself. So we are heading out on basically the Balthazar Road that is the entry as well. So you can see this is the main part of the lake looking way down. We're on the north side of the Christmas Lake right now. Absolutely gorgeous. See these boat docks? Those are other boat docks that you can rent. So there is, I think, I'm counting here, five boat docks that you can put your boats on if you do not live on a lakefront. So they keep that in mind. So a lot of these were developed back when originally, I'd say 70s, 80s. There was a lot of these homes here that were original, I would say. And actually, I'm pretty sure the office to sell the development was up here on Arctic. Was it Arctic Circle? I think it's Arctic Circle. I can't remember. I think it was one of these, actually. Here, we'll have a little fun fact here. We're going to make a little turn. I think it was one of these little houses right here. So that's where they sold the lots when the development got started. Right here when we came in. Lots of cul-de-sacs, lots of places for kids to play. Great place for kids to bike and people walk and run. Just a lot of activity. Okay, so what we did is we basically did a loop around the whole development. We are back at the front gate. Like I said, the front gate is where, like, if people were visiting, that's where they would come in. So it's a great community if you are looking to relocate here or just want to scope it out, looking for maybe a second home and you're shopping lakes, because we get a lot of that. That's kind of why I did this video, because if you are shopping lakes, it does give you a feel of what this place is all about. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you are looking to relocate to this area, feel free to call me, 812-686-3268. I got your back if you're moving to the Santa Claus Indiana area, and I can't wait to help you. And I hope you enjoyed our video. And until next time, I'll see you then.